your certified cannabis health coach and friend. And I'm here with my friend, Rose Velasco. And we are going to talk to you about a couple of things that we've been doing together for the last year. Rose more than me. So I'm excited to hear her side of the insider tales of Blissful Balance Saturdays, an event for women that we've been participating in and holding space for, facilitating for like the last year. And then I wanted Rose to talk about what we're going to do together at this awesome women's retreat over 420 in upstate New York, Cannabliss in the Catskills. Woo!
I'm so excited. Isn't the Catskills supposed to be really bougie? Because, like, I'm
Yeah,
so
right? Do you remember Dirty Dancing, the movie, that like fancy resort that they went to?
Oh, yeah.
These places that we're going, this place we're going to is like used to be one of those. But we'll tell them more about that later.
Oh, cool.
First, I do have to say that, hi, I'm Michelle Crawford, and this, show and channel is brought to you by me and everything I do at CannabisCoaching.com, which is my website. And what I'm doing right now is promoting my homemade health class. It's a class for cannabis DIYers and kitchen witches to unlock your healing powers and learn to make tinctures, topicals, and even concentrates with me, Michelle Crawford, certified cannabis health coach and educator. And, in order to promote that, Rose isn't really part of this. We need to talk about this separately, but join me this week on my channel next week. I'm sorry, it's Friday. So we are seshing Friday today. I'm telling you, next week, join me as I have former students on my channel live to talk about where are they now in their kitchen witching, in their DIY. How has the class helped them a year later, 2 years later? And you can find out more. We'll be live so you can ask your questions. And I invite you to join us then. But for now, Michelle Crawford has done enough talking. Oh, Rep Your State of Mind, by the way, my apparel brand that advocates for cannabis in your state at repyourstateofmind.com. All right, got all that in. Now let's talk to Rose. Rose, I'd love for you to say a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself to the fam here, and let me get my session on while you do that.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here. This is so exciting. I'm Rose Velasco. I certified cannabis health coach and holistic healthcare specialist. So I know Michelle from the Cannabis Coaching Institute, this is one of the greatest gifts is meeting all of these amazing cannabis advocate women, going to CCI. So I'm super grateful about that. Let's see what else about me.
Where can they find you online? I know you have a rad website.
Oh yeah, that we'll get to that.
Yeah, okay.
I do have a rad website. It's rosevelasco.com. And I own Women's Empowered Health Solutions, and I help women to put down the bottle and pick up cannabis and pick up life and help to create courage, creativity, and self-empowerment for themselves. So that way they can move through their life with ease and grace and be able to, tackle life by the balls. Because so many times we have been told to, I just feel like I feel unheard as a woman sometimes, and I want other women to feel heard, like I have been working at. I have a voice. I have knowledge. I've got get up and go. Like, listen to me. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to cannabis, when it comes to yoga, when it comes to meditation, when it comes to crystal healing, when it comes to chakra healing, when it comes to sound baths, like all of the good holistic stuff, holistic nutrition. I make my own edibles, and I do it holistically. I do it with good food because there's something about all those sweets and all that junky shit that's in the dispensaries that, like if you're trying to help yourself feel better, why are you eating sugar laden stuff? Because sugar causes inflammation, and then the cannabis is trying to not cause the inflammation. So WTF? Like, what the fuck? It's kind of an oxymoron to me. So, I like to make things like goat cheese and olive oil to put in my dishes, and I make what was something? Oh, I did make. I did, back when I used to drink, because this is another thing is cannabis really, I stopped drinking a little over 2.5 years ago with the help of cannabis, because I was like one of those people who would I mean, I got to the point that I could drink a lot of guys under the table, but um I had like the bottle was my best friend, you know. It didn't matter what kind of bottle it was. I didn't really like red wine so much cuz it gave me a headache, but I didn't have courage. I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. I didn't feel worthy. I didn't, you know, like especially social anxiety and stuff. So liquid courage was my best friend. And when I was going through CCI, I was like, I can't keep doing this, you know. So it was spreading out, like maybe once a month. But those once a month, I was like going on a 3 day bender. It would be like go out, drink, be too drunk to drive home. So then you got to get the blow so you can drive home. But then you're partying all night. And then 3 days later, I'm waking up going, fuck, I did it again, you
I
know?
did it again. And then you feel so bad. And then a
And then
day
you feel
later,
bad
it's
about yourself.
Friday. Let's
Hmm.
do it again, right? Like a
Yeah.
lot of people are stuck in this cycles. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Especially with drinking, and it's so common.
Yeah.
And breaking out of that cycle, it's not just stopping drinking, it's
Whole
changing how
mindset.
your everyday life works. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That whole cycle.
Yeah. You
Not
have
just
to want it bad enough. And then you have to change your mindset around it. And cannabis helped me do that because in CBD in particular, because I didn't, you know, I have been a stoner most of my life, except for when I was having really bad anxiety. That's when the weed was getting stronger, and it was actually giving me anxiety. And I didn't know anything about, you know, the effects being different because it used to be just bag weed when I was growing up, except for when I was in high school and I got jar weed because it came from Humboldt County and it was so stinky that you had to keep it in a jar or everyone would know you had it on you.
these are the, I mean, I grew up here in California, so I have basically like the most bougie cannabis experience you can possibly have. But yeah, I do have just enough experience with brown or green and sifting through all of it for rocks,
Yeah.
stems, seeds, everything. And you know what I mean? Definitely recall those times. I mean, and thank you for this intro. Honestly, from our relationship, from we know each other from Cannabis Coaching Institute. We both went through there. I used to mentor there, and when I graduated, something I want to share with the audience is that I hired Rose, a very experienced coach with a wide range of spiritual training and modalities to help, including yoga nidra, which is a different like part of yoga that I'm hoping we'll talk about more later, nutrition, the whole package, cannabis, holistic living, Rose, and like your experience in life really helped me to unlock my healing powers and let myself go. My 8 weeks with you was instrumental to getting to where I am today, and I just want everyone to know that.
Oh, thank you for that. Yes, I'm so happy for you for that too because I that's my goal is I want to motivate, inspire and guide women to find what you are finding now with your life. You know, that
Right.
can do attitude, that desire and that craving to learn more and to live more, you know? So, yeah.
And to teach more, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's like get into blissful balance. Like, tell us the story of how you got it. What is blissful balance Saturdays? First off, in your opinion,
So,
you're the more senior of it. So let's go with what you think. Because I also facilitate blissful balance, but only occasionally. And my job, I'll get into it later, but I do a totally different thing than Rose.
all right. So, um Jennifer Botetto, Canna Coach JB, also went through Cannabis Coaching Institute, um, and so her and her wife Danielle um, do website building, and they had created a website course for all of us in the Women's Empowered Cannabis Advocacy Network. We can that Kirsty Chadsey has. Woohoo!
My
Go
canna
Kirst!
bestie. Woo!
And,
Hey,
and
happy
which has
birthday,
brought
canna bestie.
yeah,
Shout out.
which has brought together so many amazing and powerful and empowered women cannabis advocates, which is just amazing. And so they created a course for everyone because they knew that we all needed websites and none of us could afford their high prices because they're so good at building websites. So I thought that was really awesome. And then I was like, oh no, I don't have the money for that. So I came to them and said, would you be willing to offer services, like, or to trade services. And so
Yeah.
they gave me a discount on my website building course, that to build my website, rosevelasco.com.
RoseVelasco.com.
And
Go check it out, guys. Sign up
and
for her newsletters.
and so they were like, sure, we're gonna start doing this a mini retreat, and we'd like you to facilitate yoga nidra guided meditation. And the only reason why they know this is because at first I said, how about I trade you 12 sessions of yoga nidra? You can do with them what you want. I gave them a first free trial, like they, via Zoom. I gave them a yoga nidra, and then that's when they came back to me and said, hey, we're going to start doing this blissful balance mini retreat once a month for women. Danielle's going to be doing her journey dance, and Canna Coach JB was going to be doing cannabis education and a cannabis conversation in the beginning. And then they asked me to finish off the evening with the yoga nidra guided meditation. So I did that I started doing that, and then we all went on like I think it was like a 2 or 3 month break during the summer months, and then we picked it back up towards the end. And then December came, and it was like, I'm like, okay, I think, like, I don't know what's going on, but they reached out to me and said, we're going to be doing this again next year. Or first, I can't remember what came first. They said, we're going to be doing a live retreat. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And I'm like, I'm probably not going to be able to afford to go. And they're like, we want you to come be our yoga instructor. I was like, what? I'm like, I've been wanting to do retreats. I've been through retreat training through Wanderlust Entrepreneur, and that's amazing. But I have been too nervous to break out of my shell and do all of the logistic stuff that goes with it. So I really feel that this is going to benefit me in a sense that I'm going to learn, because I'm going to pick their brains about how all of the little bits and pieces that go into that part of it.
Watching them do it is a huge learning experience for me
Yeah,
too.
yeah, because I want to do chakra retreats. My
We talked
biggest, like,
about
I
this.
dream really big, and I want to travel to the chakras of the world. And so the first one would be at Mount Shasta, and that's in your home state, in your
That's in
backyard.
California right here. We've
Yep.
talked about this.
Yeah,
I want to coordinate a chakra line of Rep Your State of Mind, inspired clothes too for it.
I
And we
totally
were
want to
even
wear
going
them.
to do it this year, but I mean, things change, right? But
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
still on
yeah.
the table. It's still on the table. And
Right.
I didn't know until you told me about world chakras. Rose, you are just like a wonder of information, such a font of spiritual knowledge, and your guidance in yoga nidra. Why did you think to offer that to them? I mean, I took it with you, and let me just say it was really, really restorative. And I, as a insomniac, someone who suffers with sleeping issues most of the time and
Mhm.
wanting to be more rejuvenated in general, rested and energetic, like yoga nidra was the perfect thing to suggest to me. And then you know it turned out great. That you've been doing it with them for a year. It's so successful that it's now on a paid model that all of you people listening and watching should buy, because for next year, for 2024, where you can join me and sometimes Rose, almost all the time, for a nidra. So tell them what they get with this nidra.
Well, Yoga Nidra is a sleep based guided meditation. A lot of people have a hard time meditating and quieting the mind. So, what makes it so easy that anybody can do is you really just need to lay down, be comfortable, and listen to my voice and follow the instructions. So, we work through body awareness, breath awareness, and then we go from the beta brainwave all the way down through the brainwaves into delta, where we just really um, it's like sitting at the bottom of the ocean in that peaceful quietness. So the way that, like, in my training and how it was described to me and how I like to describe it is, if you imagine, like, the top of the water is our waking life and our mind is the waves. But once you get down below the water, everything starts to calm. And so it's when you're in that deep state of conscious awareness, you're not thinking about moving your body, you're not thinking about what you have to do later, you're not thinking about what happened earlier. You're just right there in your subconscious mind, and like there may be memories that come through, or there may be visions that come through, but you're not attaching to them. It's almost like imagine this, like close your eyes for a minute and imagine this. You're standing on a beach and water is calm, it's not too wavy or anything, it's just a nice still morning beach, and you're looking way off into the distance on the horizon, and all you see is the horizon and the division between the calm water and the clear blue sky. And then you start to see a big ship in the far distance start to come into your vision off to the right. And you say, and you see that this is a ship. And then the ship just starts moving across along the horizon, and it's in front of you now, like off in the distance, but right in front of your view. You're just gazing out and you see it, and then you let it keep on going by. Well, this is a you can open your eyes now. So you let it go on by. So if you could envision that ship going by, you can you didn't grasp onto that ship, and you recognize that you were not that ship. So just like our thoughts that are passing through, we are not our thoughts. Just like our emotions are passing through, we are not our emotions. And we are not other people's thoughts of us. We are what we are is inside of us. That spark of the divine light that is the universe, that energy that is the universe, that is what we are made of. And we're all together made of that. But as long as we can step back and not be grasping onto results and grasping onto other people's thoughts of us, and grasping onto our emotions and stuff. It's okay to have emotions, but like water, you have to let them flow. We are that clear blue sky witnessing all of this stuff going through. And that's where you're brought to in a state of yoga nidra. And when doing it often enough, you start to actually, without even trying, it starts to happen in your everyday life. It's like magic. It's the craziest thing. It's the
Planted
easiest form of
seed.
meditation.
You
And
know, it's such a shortcut. I'm all about the shortcuts and all about the your voice and the guided meditation of it all. The restorative benefit that people get from that deep relaxation moment that with you that you're able to facilitate
mhm.
is everything, because time and sleep is like the one thing you can't get back. You
Mm-mm.
know what I mean?
No,
You can't
and
get it back.
45 minutes of yoga nidra is equivalent of 3 hours sleep restoration on the body. So, I mean, lay down for 45 minutes and you can wake up refreshed and have energy. I mean, you wake up a little groggy. You're not actually falling asleep. Some people do fall asleep, but it's still happening because spirit is speaking through me, almost like when you're having Reiki done, the energy is going through the person like a conduit. So
Yes.
that is spirit speaking through me, which is like my voice changes and stuff like that because the way that it's coming, that's how it just sounds. But
It's so soothing. I've had it
it
with you
is.
as your client. I can say I've recommended it. When you started doing Blissful Balance Saturdays, it was perfect because last year, while it was free, I could just like promote it and be like, everybody, go get this, you know?
Right.
And everybody needs it as much as possible, in CCI, where we both learned about cannabis, and everywhere that we look in terms of health. Rejuvenating true good rest is key to health. Okay. Like we all have to start off healthy before happy and before holy. This is my new mantra: healthy, happy, holy, medicinal, recreational, sacramental lifestyles with cannabis. And, healthy starts for a reason, because without the energy, the vitality, the life, we can't do anything. There isn't
Right.
never, you're
Yeah.
going to be
Sleep
depressed. There's no
is
happiness
so
in that.
important.
Yeah.
Sleep
And
is
it just,
so
as much
important.
as it leads into the self, it starts there. And
Right.
so this thing that you can do for people for rest. I'm not surprised at all that Blissful Balance became so popular. I'm not surprised at all that like more and more women were coming to it and are. I'm not surprised at all that they're like, actually, I feel like everybody was all like, start charging already. I feel bad now. You know, you can't have an energy deficit of this great
Right.
magnitude. I think what you've been providing and what I've been providing, what Jennifer and Danielle over at Blissful Balance Saturdays have been, you know, facilitating for us with journey dancing, cannabis, and these sacraments and these meditations and practices, and just even the time and the community, the communion with
Mhm.
other women,
Mhm.
you know, has been huge. And I'm not
Yeah.
surprised that it's a paid model this year. You know what I mean? I'm grateful to be a
I'm not
facilitator.
surprised. Yeah.
You
That's
know,
how I feel.
so many women when I was facilitating and my thing, what I do there for everybody listening. So yoga with Rose, yoga nidra with Rose, this amazing thing where it's like, I don't know, Uber meditation, guided, simple, and yet powerful, you know, because Rose is channeling spirit through her voice. And even though we're all disparate, far away from each other in our Zoom rooms, this is an online situation, people, joined by people all over in every time zone, women, we're all receiving this benefit of the energy exchange,
Mhm.
right? You know what I mean? Because of our connection through spirit. Anyways, what do I do there? Typically, I open sacred space and conduct a cannabis intention setting ceremony in my own way, which is using my sort of Catholic training. Like, you know, all of the ritual generally is kind of Catholic shaped. Why not? It works. And then my shamanism training, I'm usually using a little bit of sound by rattle, by singing bowl, such a beautiful meditative sound. My voice, I raise in its song, and we ask for protection of our medicine space from all of our spirit guides, Mother Earth, Father Sky, the four directions. We open the space, and then I am just so happy as a Libra to be so good at helping initiate relationships because I like to bring everybody together and ask them to introduce themselves and explain that now's the time that we can partake of cannabis together in communion if so desired, and answer any questions about that that may be present. And I'm eager when we talk about the retreat next to tell you more like what I'm planning there because I know I'm excited to talk about our plans. But then you know, in the Zoom context, we're all kind of consuming within our own space. We're blessing our medicine. Um, we're consuming with intention, and that's where the next part comes in. I like for everyone to participate. I like for get everybody introduced to each other in the room. Maybe state where you're from. Maybe talk about your cannabis a little bit, and you know what it's meaning to you for you tonight, and set an intention for it to help you or for yourself for the whole evening. And I think in that way we initiate relationship with each other. You know, we create community. Like you have to actually create it to create it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that some of those have been really wonderful because it allows everyone to use their voice and to be seen and heard in the meeting. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and it's in a safe and sacred space,
Correct.
so you can have your camera on, you can have your camera off if you like. Um and and it's just amazing, and then when everyone starts dancing together, oh my gosh, I love
The
the
energy, the
journey
journey
dance.
dancing
Yeah, I've
with
released
Danielle.
so much stuff throughout the journey dance. I love it
Yes.
when you're like, especially when she does it, like the shaking part, like shake it out, get it out. Like my whole body is like, it's,
I'm
I mean,
with you,
shaking
Rose.
is really important because, like, if you think about it, we are in a chronic state. I do tapping too.
Yes.
When
Tap
we're
in.
in a chronic state of like chronic stress, most people are in fight or flight on default mode.
Right.
That's just the way society is, so most people are. But like if you think about the little deer that just got like chased by a lion or a tiger, they walk away and they go under a tree, and their bodies start shaking it and getting it all out, and
Mhm.
helping them reset back out of sympathetic nervous system and into parasympathetic nervous system. So the shaking part is really important to be able to release that stress and get it out. So I've gone to a couple of events with somatic movement and shaking, and like and breath technique, and it's some crazy
It's
release
important.
because you're literally like laying on your back with your knees bent, and you like start with you can start with your knees wide and start bringing them together, but you're moving them so slowly until you find the spot that your knees start
Yes.
shaking, and you
I
hold
know
them
this
there,
one.
and then you start feeling all the emotions that we hold in our psoas and
Interesting.
our hip flexor muscles start coming out. Like memories will come out, and that's releasing the things that we have been holding on to for so long. So it's really important. Yoga Nidra does something similar on a less physical basis because it's working with the subconscious. So doing that in combination with the journey dance is super effective.
It's a powerful night. You know, the with everything that we do together in combination, the way they've set it up with the three parts, you know, is it's just a beautiful thing. So I will absolutely have links to Blissful Balance Saturday signups. They've planned out all of next year. 2024 is completely planned out. Like it's amazing and beautiful, and you can sign up for it. I'll have links below. I don't right now, sorry folks. But it's at I don't even know. Cannacoachjb.com. Is that her website, I
Yeah,
think?
yeah. Cannacoachjb.com // blissful balance, I think is what it is.
Perfect. There you go. Thank
Yeah.
you,
And
Rose.
then there's also / Cannabliss retreat.
So let's talk about Cannabliss in the Catskills. You and I are both facilitating, Rose.
So
Isn't that
excited.
awesome? And we finally get to be together after all of our relationship. This is the thing about Zoom. We haven't gotten to hug, and you know I love hugging, and I know you do too.
Yeah, and I feel like we're the same height, so
Are we like 5 feet or
I
what?
am 5 foot.
Yes, we are gonna be right here. Ah, that's
Nice.
so rare. That's so rare. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna be in upstate New York near Bethel in one of these old dirty dancing resorts that you know was from that movie time period, completely all fancy renovated, doing a women's retreat with Danielle and Canna Coach JB, Jen. And Rose, you're very, very much in it. I'm opening sacred space and speaking on a panel. You are
Oh, I will be teaching morning yoga each morning starting Friday morning. Yeah. So if you're arriving on Thursday, then you'll get a Friday morning yoga before breakfast, and then boy, I'm doing a lot of stuff. So
I'm like, yeah, you're doing a lot.
I'm teaching gentle yoga. I think 2 of the mornings, and Friday and Saturday, and I think on um, Monday as well. Before we all, have the closing ceremony and stuff. But
Mhm.
and then I'm going to be teaching ganja yoga or elevated yoga. And the reason why I say that is because there is a girl who has coined ganja yoga,
Oh,
but
yeah.
but I kind of feel like you can't like copyright the word ganja.
Yeah.
So I don't see why I wouldn't be able to use it because
And I
people,
think in our circles, it like and like unfortunately, I guess, or fortunately, when you succeed in having such a great name like that, it becomes the default thing. Like that's what you call it. Like
yeah,
Kleenex is like what people call tissue. They don't say
yeah,
tissue, facial
yeah,
tissue. Nobody says facial tissue. Everyone says
no,
Kleenex. So they
yeah, clean it.
succeeded, you know, to their own detriment, I guess. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So anybody who does, you know, cannabis and yoga, it's pretty much called ganja yoga. Like I would
yeah.
shorthand it to that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hand me a Kleenex, would you? Let's speed
Yeah,
this up.
right? Pardon me, but do you have a facial tissue? You know,
Facial tissue.
it's you. Yeah. Okay, so we're having yoga
Oh,
in the mornings,
yeah,
starting on Friday.
on Thursday. Yeah, Friday morning.
Thursday.
So Friday
Mhm.
morning, Saturday morning is gentle yoga. I think Sunday is ganja yoga. Monday morning is also gentle yoga. And then there is a sound bath that I'm doing on one night where they rented a gong for me, so I don't have to bring my gong. But I
Good for
am
you.
gonna.
I know I saw on the forum that they were like, "Does anyone need a gong?" And I was like, "No, but I'm bringing a singing bowl, you know what I mean, and a rattle and a drum,
You
like
probably
bare
don't need to
minimum."
bring your singing bowl if you don't want, because I'm bringing all seven. Oh, I think I'm only going to bring six of mine because I have them in cases, and then I'm also bringing uh oh my gosh, you're really gonna love this. And I kind of don't want to say it because then people are gonna know what it is. But because when you're in a sound bath and you have your iPad on and you can't really see what it is that's making it, you have no idea what's making this sound, but it's like the cosmos singing, and it's a quartz crystal singing pyramid, and it's out of this world.
I can't wait to hear that. That sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
so I'm shipping some stuff over there, but I'm also going to be I putting my singing bowls on the airplane in their padded cases
They're
and
padded
plastered.
cases.
Yeah,
Yes,
and plastered with fragile,
all
because they
over.
are quartz crystal. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, and then I'm also bringing my tuning forks because I'm going to be offering private sound healing with tuning forks, 30-minute sessions for anyone who would like to spend a little extra money, $1 a minute. So, reasonably priced, 30 minutes, $30 sound healing session with tuning forks. And then I'm also going to be doing a guided yoga nidra. So the sound bath and the
And
nidra.
back to yoga nidra.
Back to yoga nidra. So yeah, there's a lot going on there. I'm really excited that my coach when I first started getting clean and sober was Jamie from Jamie K
Oh, Jamie
Wellness.
Friedrich. Yes, we consult often.
JamieKWellness.com. She's amazing. And so we've been on this like parallel path,
Yeah.
and I asked her to facilitate the sound bath with me. So
Uh,
the two of us are going to be creating the sounds because I can't really be doing stuff over here over the top of you when I'm playing the gong. So um, I'm really happy to be having her facilitated as well. So
You
it's
know,
always
we
better with
share
two
all of
people.
this in common, and Jamie is like one of my favorite CCIs, also like one of my favorite sisters in this whole space as well. I feel like, especially in the spiritual connection, all of her energy healing studies have been so helpful to talk about
Hmm.
with her as I pursue shamanism and healing through shamanism. You know what I mean? You have just so much in common, you and me and her, and I too am recruiting for acolytes for my ceremony. So I get where you're coming from, because I want to bring more to this myself. Like the experience of being in person is going to be so amazing. This whole retreat is open to women only. It's very much wellness and restorative focused, restoration focused. All of these things that you're describing are going to only just help people find, the stillness within, help people heal, help people focus on themselves and the work that they need to do,
Hmm.
and the space that we're creating to do this in, that Jennifer and Danielle are like creating for us facilitators to go do our thing
Yeah.
in and not have to worry about lodging, meals, ticket sales, all the stuff, that they're totally handling in a beautiful way, is like, I don't know, the power of our group as far as like a bunch of ganja business women, right?
Empowered women, empowering women.
Empowered in cannabis, and the big shit we're all doing, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So, I'm not really sure what our panel talk is going to be on, but I'm actually super excited. I love to be surprised by questions and things like that, because I'm always curious, like, what am I going to say? What is my response to that? I love
Yeah.
people's curiosity. You know what I mean? What do you want to know? Because what you want to know tells me things too, as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm the type of person that has to be prepared with things written down all the time, but I'm like, nope, not going to do it. I'm just going to go there, and however it flows is however it flows, cuz I'm also a person that is go with the flow. I'm trying to break out of being a perfectionist and like purposefully making things like if my collar isn't perfect, I'm like okay with it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Oh, I know what, and 100% what you're saying, Rose.
I need to start walking around like this.
Yeah, you do. I love it when you wear your Rep Your State of Mind shirt that is the muscle tee, by the way, and it
I
looks
have a
so
I have a
awesome on you.
I
And you were
have
wearing your
a
hat the other day, and it looks awesome on you too, the white one.
I was gonna wear it today. I was gonna wear it today, but I have a surprise for you. Are you
Okay.
ready for it?
Yes. Scissors. Oh,
An
you're
unboxing. I'm gonna do an unboxing.
Let's go! Oh my god! You know what, Rose? This is amazing. I've never been here for an unboxing of someone else. Look at it. Look at the label. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah. And it got here so fast. I was so
Yes.
excited. Rep Your State of Mind right there on the label, baby.
Right there. Oh my god.
Oh, this
Your
is
order
nice.
was
It's a bag inside of a bag. Oh, I got 2 items. Oh, and I got my receipt, my shipping receipt. Awesome.
Oh, open that up because that's my other thing that makes me cry is my little statement that I've written on there. Does it have a little statement on there?
Normalize, destigmatize, represent. Thank you for your support and for starting the conversation with Rep Your State of Mind by Michelle Crawford. A portion of our proceeds benefit normal and Americans for safe access to make a difference in cannabis law reform and patients' rights. That's badass.
Thank you so much. Yes. That is like everything, Rose.
All right, let's see.
Oh my god, this is the best surprise, Rose. I'm dying. This is awesome. Ah!
Normalize, destigmatize, represent your
Yes.
mind.
This is the t-shirt that I proposed to Cannabliss and the Catskills that I do as a swag bag.
I love that on the back. And I love that it has your name on there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rep Your State of Mind, everyone. Look at that.
All right. I have a shirt on underneath this.
This is the shirt I want to do as a giveaway at the thing. I can't believe it. This one, I was hoping that they would like it, and maybe we'll put a Cannabliss on the Catskills right here on the sleeve. What do you think?
Sorry.
It's okay. Look at you.
So let me see what size I got. I've got to move this away.
Okay, fashion show. We call this fashion show in my family.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
When you get something new and you try it on, this is fashion show. Yes. It looks good already, I think.
Yeah, I like it. I don't like them too. I like how long it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure it will shrink a little bit, but I don't think it's too tight just in case I gain weight.
It's a unisex. It's not even, you know what I mean? It's a really basic tee. Is it soft? Do you like it?
What size does that say?
I can't
Small.
tell. Small.
Okay, so
and you're 5 feet tall, and so am I.
I'm 5 foot tall, 107 pounds.
Oh, wow.
It fits me loose, and I like that.
That's great.
All right, what's next? Oh my God, I loved this so much when I saw this. I had to get it. So I'm not a big fan of the collar thing, but but the one zip up that you have, it has a little rainbow
leaf on the side.
Yeah, but it's not bold enough of a statement for me. So I got
Woo! Yes.
I love
Rainbow
that.
Leaf Sunset. Rep Your State of Mind. Oh my God.
That's back.
Yes.
That's front.
I love it. Well, I designed it. I'm glad you love it.
I do. Oh my gosh, it's so soft.
Oh, good. Yes.
I'm ready for the Catskills, baby.
You're ready. You're so cozy for the Catskills. Get cozy for the Catskills with Rep Your State of Mind.
I really love the size of the hood. It's not too small.
Good.
So a little incognito.
Yes. Turn around and see the back. Yes. Rep Your State of Mind. It looks so good, Rose. Oh my God. I love it.
And it fits
yes.
Perfect. It fits perfect. What size is this one? Hold on.
Probably small, or maybe even extra.
Medium.
Oh, geez. Good.
I have to be able to wear clothes underneath it. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Good then.
I like this. I love this pocket right here. Yeah,
Yes, it
and
looks
it's not
great.
too tight. It's not choking me, so
It's not
I'm not
choking
gonna
you.
have to cut it. I like the room in here. Yeah.
Good.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh my God, I love it too, Rose. Rep your state of mind fashion show. I couldn't love it more. Yes.
Even my
And your
dog just
choices are just the best. I love your choices. Thank you for your order. Thank you for your support. I
You
love
are welcome. Hold on
you
now.
look
I gotta get this set back up over here. Oh.
okay.
I've got a janky setup over here.
That was a delight. Oh my God, Rose, you made my total day. I love it so much.
Oh my gosh. This is the problem about using an iPad. All right.
Yeah, always setting up, taking down. It's hard.
Why do I
They
look
always say on
confused?
YouTube, like, "Oh, you can do everything with just your phone," and it's true. But you also look like this all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I love it. You supporting and repping and looking awesome out there in Arizona is everything to me.
I
You
wish I
know.
had my hat with me now.
I know, right? Well, I'm only wearing it because you're so decked out, and you know what I mean. Like, here, I'll take it off again. I'm with my sunshine. It's very sunny out. You know, the weather's nice, so I had my sunnies on. Oh my God, Rose, this is gonna. I can't wait to see you at Cannabliss in the Catskills. This is gonna
Mm,
be so sick and beautiful.
me
Sick and
too.
beautiful.
Aw.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna sesh. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna have time together. You know, to be sisterly and magical and hug and just hang out. You know. And
Mhm.
that's what's available to the people watching if you're interested in joining with us, women like us. Right, Rose? Women like
Empowered
us.
women, empowering women.
Empowered women empowering women in cannabis and outside of it. I know they
Mhm.
are offering day passes if you happen to live in the New York upstate area. You know, it is also like a retreat in a resort where you get a room and stay and eat meals and all of that. You know, and I think that they only have a few spots left at this juncture. They're
I think
already
there's
sold.
about 4.
Yeah, they're almost sold out. So it's now or never, people. If you want to get in on this, it's amazing opportunity to come join me and Rose as we do our things. Me, I'll be opening Sacred Space in a beautiful ceremony and kind of doing basically the same ceremony of initiation and intention with cannabis that I spoke of earlier, but with some twists. I don't have as good a surprise, Rose, for you as you had for me. That was so beautiful. But I gotta say that, you know, I'm a gardener. And as I've leveled into sacramental use of cannabis and assuming also even leadership in that arena, going back to like some sacramental practices is where, as a DIYer, is where I'm starting. And one of my things that's so exciting that I want to share with everybody is the making and using of incense in our ceremony that is
Mm.
mostly made from garden plants of my very own that I've tended myself.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Isn't that the
I
coolest?
love
I have my
incense.
own. I, I mean, right? It's so with the between cannabis, sage, lavender, and then I have created a new relationship with a woman named Robin Kessler, who I'm hoping to have on the channel later. She's known as the Queen of Frankincense.
Oh,
She's out
cool.
of New
Love
Jersey.
frankincense.
I know, right? She's
I
actually the
put
queen of.
drops on my toothbrush before I put toothpaste on and brush my teeth because it's really good for your teeth and gums.
It is. I think I know that because of you and because of her. We're going to talk more about this. Maybe we can be part of it. But yeah, resins and frankincense. You know, as I move through gardening cannabis and becoming a DIYer and extractor of cannabis, and then now I'm moving into this, you know, other space and using these same ideas and skills in incense making. And now I'm working with tree resins like myrrh and frankincense and, you know,
Nice.
copal. It's so wonderful. It's
Do
good for
you
the
make? I wear amber resin as a perfume.
perfume. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually wear like essential oils like patchouli or sandalwood, but I also have I wear amber because I love the smell of it. Do you
It
have? Do you,
smells so wonderful. It's bringing a whole new dimension of like up leveling, elevation to my even my to my everyday rituals like skin scrubs. You know, I love that stuff. Baths,
yeah,
topicals. It's like take the same thing and then just up level it more with, you know, very holy ingredients.
yeah,
And
that's cool.
Isn't it? And I'm also finding out, here's another little delightful thing that I'm enjoying, Rose, is that, I've been teaching how to make salves and stuff for so long. And I know you make salves too.
Hmm.
We've talked about it. So like my salve recipe, the way that I got it is just one story, but what it is so reminiscent of so many of the holy
I'm
oil
all.
recipes. I know, like you're gonna sell it. I know, I wish you could. The holy oil anointing recipes from the Bible, which, to me that's a very meaningful
Hmm.
thing to have sort of been accidentally promoting everyone to anoint themselves with basically holy oil for the last, several years. I'm really excited to be doing my spiritual work in helping everybody self-ordinate
Love
and
that.
self-initiate and consider themselves sacred to this work. You might as well.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And
that's awesome. I,
blessed
my
and worthy, right, Rose?
We are.
Worthy.
We are. When my son,
Hmm.
back during the beginning of COVID, my son was going to get married, right? And
Yeah.
their minister got COVID and they couldn't get married on the date. So he goes, "Mom, can you get, can you become an ordained minister and then come, officiate our wedding?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I did the thing online and I got it in 24 hours, or no, it took me a week to get the stuff, to get the license and everything. And then by that time, his wife had gotten COVID, so they couldn't get married at that time anyways. But it, like, several months down the road, I was able to, and it was really amazing. It was beautiful because I loved the writing it, like what I was going to read and everything. The what do you call it? I'm
Homily,
I'm a
the
little high.
vows.
The the uh the the words that you say when you're
The
married.
vows.
The
Yeah.
vows, yeah, yeah. Well, they said their own vows, but what the minister says is something different. So
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. That
yeah,
part where you
yeah,
declare them married.
yeah. But the a little bit before that, I had changed it. What I had done is I had taken like a generic one and like totally spiced it up and everything, and because they got their wedding rings tattooed. So
Oh.
I got to work that into the wording of it, and they wore black and I got to wear white. I know
See,
it's kind of
that
odd.
is such an empowering story of like your ordination.
I
You
got
just went
to
and got
officiate my
ordained.
son's wedding. Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, you initiated it and there was an external person doing it to you. And what I'm saying is also to accept that you have already been ordained by your own doing, and no external person needs to
Right.
validate. But because this is such a thing, you know what I mean? That's why we need encouragement and all the stories to be told of all the ways we empower ourselves to do the beautiful things we want to do in life for our
Hmm.
loved ones, which is where all the DIY in me always comes from, where all
Yep.
these beautiful gestures from you always come from, all your offerings of all these parts of holistic health where you're so well trained and you're so generous with your expertise. And it's been so helpful to everyone in our group. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like I'm so passionate about this because back when I was younger, when I had my kid, I was like the only mom. I'm the only mom on the birth certificate. Of course, I'm the only one on the birth certificate, and I had to raise this little tiny human into a responsible adult, right? So I
Mhm.
was like, I better get like a real job. So I went and got my GED, and I found a school, and I went to it, and that was the Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. And I was a Harley Davidson technician for 15 years, and then I taught for another 2 um
Amazing.
at the
Just
school that I
saying, in
went
addition to
to.
everything we already talked about, there's
But
also this.
my body was like really starting to hurt, and I was just tearing it up, and I was tired of working around all the chemicals for cleaning and the oils and the gasoline and everything. And a friend of mine that I know was a teacher at Southwest Institute of Healing Arts in Tempe, Sweetheart, and she was a teacher of the urban farming. And I was already making my own soil, composting it, having my own garden, doing all the stuff, making my own herbal tinctures, doing all that stuff. So
All
I
the
ended up
stuff.
So I ended up signing up, and I went for 2 years, and then with the yoga, it turned into another 2 years. So, um, it was like I was learning stuff. I was like, "I can't do this for the rest of my life. I would like to do something that will help me learn how to support my own body into my old age so I don't have to be broken, you know, older." So
Yeah. Good planning
yeah,
ahead, Rose.
yeah, well, I'm 52, but in my heart, I'm like 36.
Totally. Totally. I would say almost all of us are in our 20s in our hearts. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're mature. You're mature in your heart, girl.
Yeah, yeah, because I wasn't mature for a long time. I think I have a joy for life, and what I learned at Swiha and Spirit of Yoga, because they're the same thing. I was incorporating into my life, and I was feeling really good about myself and stuff until COVID happened, and then I fell
Yeah.
boink, and that because I was like, now what am I going to do? Can't go out and teach yoga. Studios are closed. This and that, anything else. So I was like, I'll just drink more. I drank before, but then I started drinking more, and
More.
so that was I drank for like the year before COVID because I was in a really deep depression. And then because of some stuff that I like left my life here in Phoenix and went to go teach yoga on a cannabis farm up in Humboldt County.
Hmm.
And because we are so isolated, and the guy was kind of an asshole. He was not,
Because of that, you
you
went into
know,
a
I mean,
super depression.
I'm being nice, saying it that
You are.
gentle. But and then I came back and I was just my psyche was just beat. I had no self-confidence. There was just so much just from being talked down to so much. It can really affect a person.
Especially when
And
you're isolated out
yeah, yeah, when
there
you're
like that
isolated
with
on
no
the top
support
of a
system.
mountain, and you're only allowed to go into town once in a while to go get groceries and stuff like that. And my favorite part was there was a shower and two frogs lived in the shower. And I named them Shanti and Shalom, which means peace in both languages.
Oh my God.
um, but it was so yeah, I am so passionate because when I came back and I was started getting clean and sober, I started taking all of the stuff that I was doing when I left my life in 2008, late 2018, when I was like, I know what to do. I just need to do the thing. And I started doing it and I really stuck with it. And thanks to cannabis helped me. It was my plant ally to help me
To help.
stay um out of a space of anxiety, out of a space of depression, help give me joy by rewiring my brain and help me have drive. And so and then I set a goal in my life, and once I set that big huge far off goal, then I was able to start setting the smaller goals to lead up to it. And that's where, I mean, I'm still climbing that ladder a couple years later, but it's so in sight that I dropped like 2 days at work at my day job, and so I'm 3 days at the day job and 4 days for my business and me, so
And you
and
do
that's
this
exactly
all
what
on
I
your
wanted to
own.
do. I wanted it
Yeah.
to be like, this is my day job, this is my business, and now it's doing this. It's doing exactly what I wanted it to do, and it's because of all of these holistic practices and keeping my mind clean and staying creative with cannabis and drive and motivation and feeling good in my body because of holistic nutrition and feeling good in my mind and being able to facilitate that for other people. Like I love teaching yoga so much. And I really love doing it with cannabis apparently too. Combining
From
two.
motorcycle mechanic and single parenthood and isolation on the mountain and alcoholism and sobriety with plant spirit allies and everything you've learned, all the yoga, all the training. You're such a sponge for
Just want
information,
to
Rose,
share
and
it.
apply it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Successfully to your own life. And you're a living example to people like you who need to know that there are ways out, like
yeah.
you found.
Yeah, I am not meant to work for somebody else. I'm meant to, I am, I really feel like I know the meaning of life now. I feel that we are all here on earth because we are meant to be of service to each other and help uplift each other and not tear each other down. And I feel like when we're uplifted and we're feeling uplifted and we've got our chakras in alignment and we're healthy spiritually, energetically, mentally, physically, that we can be of service to other people by uplifting them and showing them what we did. And this may not work for you, it may not work for you, but it might work for you. So if the more people I can talk to about these practices and how well it's worked for me, I mean, it's not like it's not going to work for somebody else. So
Yeah, exactly. This is my all my trace trust and faith in cannabis and in
mhm.
spirit and in relationship. Really, what you said, that we're here to love each other, we're here to serve each other. It's everybody's greatest dream. You know, you're so wise here because it's the universal truth. You know,
Yeah.
we our purposeful life is in finding the way that we're of service to each other and allowing
Mhm.
more love to come through us. I like to say allow the miracles to come through you, but what are miracles? You
Love.
know, love. You
It
know
is.
what I mean?
Love is the
Moments when you
highest
feel the
vibration.
universal love, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been a seeker of the truth for so many years. Like I was Catholic growing up,
Yeah,
and
that in
and,
common.
and it was I had to like undo everything before I could even think about doing other stuff. So yeah, I did run. I ran from the church. I ran from any of that. You say the word God to me, I would cringe and I'd be like, you're gonna get struck by lightning by speaking that name. I didn't
Yeah.
but now I can say God because I know what God is. It's the same thing. It's that universal vibration. It's Om. It's the primordial sound of creation is Om, which is to me is the sound of God. I mean, it's creation is God. And that's where everything is coming from. Everything is being created. And this is I believe what the Tao Te Ching teaches as well. And that's probably where I got that. So I have gotten these beliefs from all of these other things that I've studied. I'm like, that resonates with me. That resonates. And then I'm like, wait a minute, it's all the same.
It's all yes, it's that, the other thing, it's all and then once you gather enough data, you can see the similarities.
Yeah.
You can see you can see the patterns. And that is where it's like having been a seeker, that's what you receive, the gift of the bigger sight, the bigger picture, and the ability to see the pattern. And I
Mhm.
mean, I honestly really resonate with that, Rose. I am a data collector too. I love to learn and research and meet people and find out truth. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And being like in our position, like helping others so much and
Mm.
being focused on like hearing other people's stories is such a privileged place to gather this data. You know what I mean? And I've
Yeah.
learned so much from this place of as a what do you get as a mentor? You get to learn too, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it never
Yeah,
ends.
I love living in a space of curiosity is very important to me. I mean, like think of the little child, they're like little sponges and they're so curious. That's why they always get into trouble or hurt themselves. They're like, "Oh, don't put your finger in that light socket." Okay, well they learned something. And that's like us as adults, okay? Oh, well, don't go with that, marketing company or whatever because, so it's like I don't know. It's all the same. We're all sponges, and how do you want to how do you want to be? Do you want to be that stiff smelly sponge that's all dried out on your counter or under your sink, or do you want to be that that sponge that's ready and open to be absorbing all of this information and this love, and then someone could squeeze you out and
Squeeze you out and receive
give
it.
that to somebody else.
Exactly. And then you can just expand again with more.
Yeah.
Which is why you need to come to all these things that we've been talking about because when you expand again after squeezing yourself out, all that more has to be there to get back in to refill you. And this has to happen again and again and again.
Yep.
So yeah, that's why Blissful Balance Saturdays are like one Saturday a month, and you can join that and this retreat that is our first time ever being part of it, and then putting it together, Cannabliss and the Catskills. But we're hoping it's the first inaugural, aren't we?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
needed in the world. Well, Rose, we've been together. Can you believe it? Like a straight hour.
Oh wow.
We're so kick ass, right? It doesn't feel like a lot of time passed. Talking to you is
No.
such a joy.
No. Wow.
Thank well, thank you so much for coming onto the channel. Seriously, that unboxing just took me like to the moon. You are the best. Rep your state of mind forever. That's all I got to say. I love you so much. And I can't wait to hug you in the Catskills. And
I can't
thank
wait
you.
to hug you in the Catskills.
Does you want to tell the people anywhere to find you specifically or anything that you want to like promote
Oh,
right now
sure.
besides what we talked about?
Okay. Yeah, you can check out my website at rosevelasco.com. I built it myself. I need to do a little bit of tweaking with it. And I need to add my new email. Um, we're signing up for my email. I have to change that because I
Mhm.
was using Aweber. And now I'm at ConvertKit.
And they can
So,
also
but
follow you here on YouTube, right?
yeah, you can follow me here on YouTube. Rose Velasco Coaching, I think, is the name of my.
Channel. It'll be right here with you because you're
Okay,
with me.
I think it's Rose Velasco Coaching, and then I'm Rose Velasco Coaching on Instagram, and
Woo.
I'm Rose Velasco on Facebook. That's my private page, or Women's Empowered Health Solutions is my business page. And if you're in the Arizona area watching this, I teach Happy Hips and Shoulders Yin Yang Yoga on Sunday mornings from 10 a.m. to 11:20. And then I am pausing my hiking yoga for the hot summer months, and I'm going to be inviting people to book a package with me, backyard yoga. So whether you have a pool or you have a grassy area in your backyard, there's a flat rate. You get your friends to come, as many friends as you want that'll fit, to come
Backyard yoga
yoga.
party.
And then I have an add-on. If you'd like to purchase that, it's cannabis mocktail after party.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. So drinks afterward. That's what everybody
yeah,
does. They go to the juice bar after yoga. So you might as well have the cannabis mocktail juice bar with you. I
yeah.
wish I was
Afterwards.
in the Arizona area. Why am I over here? But Cannabliss in the Catskills, 420
Yep.
in New York. We're going to meet up and all of this fun that will be happening there. So thank you so much, Rose. All right. On that note, we're going to say bye to the people. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, Rose. I love
Namaste.
you.
Jai
Mwah.
Bhagwan.